Okay, so today we're diving into something pretty intense. We've got these pieces from Psalm 69. It's from the New Living Translation of the Bible, by the way.
Yeah, this one's got some layers to it.
For sure. And that's kind of why I wanted to bring it to you, to really get under the surface, to see what makes it tick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are the big takeaways? Why is it still a thing people read, even after all this time?
Right. I think that's what's so fascinating about these ancient texts. There's a reason they stick around.
It's like you're tapping into something
Hmm.
about being human, right?
Exactly. And for our listeners who might not be as familiar with Psalms, they're basically like songs or poems, right?
Yeah.
They're a way to express all these different feelings and experiences, and often, like in a spiritual context, this particular psalm, it's traditionally connected to King David.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was even meant for the music director. Like, it was supposed to be sung to a specific tune, Lilies. Yeah, so it gives you a sense of, like, how it might have originally sounded.
Wow. Like a whole different vibe than just reading it on the page.
Oh, absolutely.
So, okay, getting into it, one of the things that really hits you is the emotion. It's not subtle. Right from the start, the speaker is like, help, it's intense. And then there's all this imagery, like floodwaters up to my neck and sinking deeper and deeper in the mire. Can't find a foothold. It's heavy.
Yeah. You really get the sense of desperation, like being totally overwhelmed.
Totally. And it's not just one problem either. Right off the bat, there's this whole pile of difficulties. The speaker talks about being exhausted from crying, throat parched, eyes swollen. I mean, it's like their whole body is feeling it.
Right. It really highlights how deeply this emotional stuff affects us physically. Like deep distress, it's not just in your head. It takes a toll on your body for sure.
Absolutely. And then, on top of all that, we find out about these enemies, these people who are just hating for no reason, spreading lies, demanding repayment for things that weren't even stolen.
It's that feeling of being completely misunderstood and unfairly attacked. I mean, I think a lot of people can relate to that on some level, even today.
It's like this primal fear, almost.
Right. Like baseless, just pure animosity.
Exactly. And then, right in the middle of all this, the speaker kind of takes a step back and gets real honest with God. They admit to their own foolishness, acknowledge that their sins aren't hidden. It's refreshing, actually.
It is. It makes it feel more authentic, like
Mhm.
we're all human. We all make mistakes.
Totally. And it makes the speaker more relatable.
Definitely. It avoids that whole perfect victim thing.
But then there's this shift where they start worrying about how their troubles might reflect on other people who believe in God.
Mm.
Like they don't want to cause anyone to doubt or feel ashamed.
I see that as a sense of responsibility to the community, like
Yeah.
their personal stuff could impact the whole group.
Interesting. It kind of adds another layer to things,
Right,
right?
for sure.
So as we go deeper into the psalm, it becomes clearer why the speaker is suffering. Like they say, they're enduring insults for your sake, meaning for God's sake. So their problems are directly tied to their faith.
Yeah. It makes you think about the different ways that could play out in their life.
Right. Like maybe they were really vocal about their beliefs and faced backlash for it.
Exactly. Or maybe they were part of a group that wasn't accepted by society.
That makes sense. And then it's not just any insult, right? The speaker says it's written all over my face, so everyone sees it.
Public humiliation. That adds this whole other dimension of pain and vulnerability.
Right. Like everyone knows your business, your struggles.
And it can be so isolating and demoralizing.
Then there's that line about being cut off from family. Even their brothers are acting like strangers. Ouch.
Yeah, that's rough. Rejection from your own family, that cuts deep.
Could even cause that kind of rift.
Well, it could be that their faith was seen as extreme by their family. Yeah, maybe they thought the speaker was going too far. Or it could be that the speaker's problems brought shame on the family, leading to them being pushed away.
And then there's this powerful statement. Passion for your house has consumed me, and the insults of those who insult you have fallen on me. It's like their devotion to God is so intense that anything against God feels personal.
Absolutely. Their identity is wrapped up in their faith. When that faith is attacked, it's like an attack on them.
It's like a visceral reaction. But it doesn't seem to win them any favors. It's actually the opposite. They weep, they fast, they try to show their devotion, and people just make fun of them.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's like their sincerity isn't being recognized.
So frustrating.
It could be that those around them were just cynical or didn't understand what the speaker was trying to do. Maybe they thought it was all for show.
And it gets worse. Even their outward expressions of sorrow, like wearing burlap,
Yep.
become a joke. They're the gossip of the town. People make up songs about them.
It's a complete social takedown. It paints a picture of someone who's really hit rock bottom.
But through it all, there's this thread of hope. The speaker keeps coming back to prayer. It's like this constant lifeline, no matter how bad things get.
That's the power of faith, right? Believing in something bigger than yourself, even when everything seems hopeless.
Yeah, and the prayers are so specific. They're asking to be saved from the mud, from drowning, from their enemies, from the pit of death. It's not vague, it's detailed.
It shows how real the danger feels to them. It's like they're laying it all out there, no holding back.
And they constantly remind God of God's own nature, God's love, God's mercy. It's like they're holding on to that.
Yeah. It's almost like they're reminding themselves, too. Like, this is who God is. This is what I believe.
And then there's this deep desire for vindication, for God to see and acknowledge all the shame and disgrace they've been through. It's like they're yearning for justice.
Absolutely. They want things set right.
Yeah. And the emotional toll, they say it straight up. Their insults have broken my heart and I am in despair. That's raw.
You can't get much more vulnerable than that. It really connects us to the speaker's humanity.
Then there's that detail about being offered poison and sour wine. It's just cruel.
It's beyond indifference. It's like they want to inflict more pain.
And then things take a sharp turn. In verses 22 through 28, the speaker goes from asking for help to wishing some pretty intense things on their enemies.
Right. This is where we get into what are often called the imprecatory verses.
Okay.
Yeah, they can be challenging to read because the speaker is essentially asking for bad things to happen to those who have hurt them.
It's definitely intense.
Yeah. It's important to remember that this is the speaker's raw emotional response to what they've been through. It doesn't mean it's like a blueprint for how everyone should react.
Right. It's giving us insight into the speaker's state of mind.
Exactly, like how much pain they're in.
But then, after all that, they come back to their own need for rescue.
It shows the complexity of human emotion. Even when we're angry, when we want justice, we still need grace.
And they talk about how much praising God will mean once they're delivered. It's like that gratitude is what really matters.
It highlights the importance of sincerity in faith, really.
But it's not just about the speaker's own relief. They talk about how it will inspire other people who are struggling.
It's like their experience becomes a source of hope for others.
Then the praise gets even bigger, like a call for all of creation to join in.
It's a powerful reminder of God's immensity.
And finally, the psalm ends with this vision of restoration, Jerusalem being saved, Judah rebuilt, the land going to those who love God. It's like a shift from personal struggle to a brighter future for everyone.
It leaves us with a sense of hope, you know, a reminder that even after hardship, there can be healing and renewal.
So, wow, we've covered a lot of ground here. This psalm is an emotional roller coaster, to say the least.
Yeah, it's a journey through despair, anger, hope, and ultimately this longing for justice and restoration.
It's amazing how these ancient words still resonate, you know? The feeling of being overwhelmed, facing injustice, needing hope, it's timeless. And that's something I want to leave with our listeners. You know, what do these words from so long ago say about the human experience? What parts of it connect with you? It's definitely something to ponder. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Until next time.